Hello everyone, it's me, Sullivan Brown, doing a list. But Sullivan, I hear you scream, you can't do a list, you can't read. Well, I don't need to read, do I, Adam? I only need to write, you idiot. I've never done a list before, and so I hope beyond hope you, dear viewer, can be infotained by my rambling nonsense. Because the more infotaining I am, the more that Adam will let me do these lists. And the more lists I do, the more that Adam can concentrate on improving his win-loss record, which is currently laughably atrocious. Look at him. Look at how sad he looks, and look at how happy I am. It's a lesson to all of us to never set up a channel on YouTube with your closest friends where you play board games every week because they'll beat you all the time and the comment section will mock you so much that you crumble like the ancient ruins of Mesopotamia. Anyway, here is my list of my top 10 favourite board games, and you'll probably notice that most of these games have been played on the channel, so please go and watch them, and while you watch them, be sure to like, comment and subscribe. It really helps the channel, and the more you help the channel, the closer I get to reading lessons. I'm Sullivan from No Roz Bard, and this is a collection starter, and here are my top 10 board games of all time. Number 10. Telestrations. Speaking of games we've played before on the channel, we've played this game 5 times on the channel. You can watch those videos here, in our 10-hour stream here, and on our Patreon here. And it is always delivered. Genuinely, it is a game that is as good online as it is in person. Telestrations is essentially telephone, but with artwork. You get a word, and 30 seconds try and draw that word, and you pass your drawing along to the next person who tries to guess what your drawing is meant to represent. By the time your drawings and words have gone round the group, it's almost certainly gone completely off track with hilarious consequences. Just look at the hideous monster that is Spoonchild, or the catchy tune that is Peanuts on the Up, or the sweet innocence of Wingsuit Simpleton. Look at him staring directly into your soul. Number 9. Chinatown. Chinatown is a game I was so excited for that I genuinely watched FBI negotiator Chris Voss's masterclass on negotiation in preparation for the episode recording. Much good it did me though, but I suppose Chris Voss didn't take into consideration that there might be a rogue John Gracie who's in attendance at the negotiation and undermining your opening offers at every turn. You may have won, John, but FBI negotiator Chris Voss would be furious with you. Or very proud. I'm not sure. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is Chinatown is a game of negotiation like no other, where anything is up for grabs. Maybe a certain type of business, or a piece of property, or sweet, sweet cash, or all three in some kind of mega deal. It's a game that will excite and frustrate in equal measure, and there will be grudges. Unnecessary, cut your nose off to spite your face style grudges. Also, they've just reprinted this game in the UK, so no longer do you have to smuggle the game from your holiday to America just to avoid taking out a mortgage so you can pay for shipping. And if you use our affiliate links below, it helps out the show. Number 8, Six Nimmt. Six Nimmt, a game that puts the bull in that's f***ing bullshit, Brooke. Why would you put that card down? I thought I was safe. I was sure I was safe and that you loved me, but now look at me, I'm ruined. Ruined! In Six Nimmt, you play cards in numerical order. Simple, right? No, it's not simple. You're simple. Look at you. Look how simple you are. You see, if your card is the 6th to be placed on any one of the 4 rows, then you pick up the previous 5 cards, and on those cards, there are these balls, or Hornoschen, as our German viewers have pointed out. And Hornoschen means points. And what do points mean? They mean you lose. What did you think points would do? This is a German game, and so is dripping with Schadenfreude. Once one player reaches 66 points, the game is over, with likely one person acting extremely smug, having picked up only 2 bulls. 2 bulls, Brooke! You must be a liar, a cheat, and a vagabond! Number 7, Mysterium. Ooh, spooky! It's a spooky game set in a spooky house with a spooky ghost, and you play as spooky detectives trying to solve a spooky murder. In Mysterium, you either play as a ghost trying to give clues to hapless psychic detectives, or you play as said detectives trying to solve the world's stupidest ghost murder. You give out or get clues on these vision cards to try and solve who did the murder, where they did the murder, and how they did it. Problem is, sometimes you can be on totally the wrong wavelength. For instance, let's say I want Laurie to guess the jockey, so I give him pictures of people on horses, or horses on their own, or people riding things. Unfortunately for me, Laurie is living in a dreamland where the most important part of these clues are the metal circles on them. And so he chooses the bloody groundskeeper because of his big round keys. The bloody groundskeeper, Laurie. Why would you do this to me? You're the worst detective out of all of these morons solving my murder. It could be deliciously frustrating, but also endless fun and hilarity can ensue, as can be seen by our playthrough of the game, where we all helped the late Adam Blampied find justice. Number 6, The Thing. Infection and Outpost 31. Speaking of heart racing, this game made my heart race more than that time Chelsea won the big football match. You know which one I mean. The biggest big match. All that time I thought No Roz Bard was going to win Quizzlemania, but Luke Owen ruined it. Why would you ruin it, Luke? Are you an imitation? Are you the Thing? Burn his blood! In The Thing, a game based on the film of the same name, you play as characters from the film. So for instance, when I last played the game, I played as Windows, Rosie played as and the baddest Blair and Brooke Game Club played Blair. No, not that Blair, Terry. No, not that one either. Close enough. So you, Tony Blair, and a man so ready his name is literally Mac Ready, are going through an Antarctic base trying to make it to the Helichopper without being replaced by evil beasties. Problem is, you don't know who is an evil beastie among you. And if you do badly at the game, then you won't have any blood tests left to ensure you choose the right people for the outside world. Cue the highest tension followed by immense euphoria if you get it right, and if you lose, crushing defeat, but the kind of defeat that makes you want to play again and again and again. Number 5. Whitehall Mystery.
Tip-top, cheerio, governor. There's been a murder. A bloody murder. So bloody it's made the whole house all red and full of horrible blood and guts.
Who? Me? A murderer? But I'm a wealthy gentleman. I couldn't possibly be capable of such barbarity. Look away, you ghastly policeman. Welcome to Victorian London, a city built on crime, grime, and the British Mr. Mime. In Whitehall Mystery, you're either the most dastardly Jack the Ripper, going from kill to kill secretly through the district of Whitechapel, toying and bluffing your way around the map and watching your friends all slowly start to hate you, or you play as detectives, finding clues, making arrests, trying desperately to find this wanton killer, and all the while you have an adorable dog that comes along for the ride. Look at you, Smoker. You're adorable. So adorable, in fact, that you can lull this serial killer into a full sense of security. Won't you, Smoker? And you'll tear him to shreds. Won't you, Smoker? Number 4. Shobu. Can you smell what these rocks are cooking? Well, they're cooking up something delicious for you. A game that makes you have to think laterally, vertically, and diagonally. There was once a time where Onitama would have perhaps appeared on this list, perhaps even in place of Shobu. But then something terrible happened. Something really terrible that I can't remember anymore because I paid scientists to remove that memory from my brain. So I suppose we'll never know what happened because I don't even remember what it could possibly be. But seriously, Shobu is actually my favourite abstract. It's all so simple. Knock all of your opponent's stones off one of the 4 boards and you win. But on each turn, your moves are linked, meaning that I can only make an aggressive move if I can make the exact same move on my passive turn and vice versa. What's great about this is that not only does it mean that you have to be constantly thinking about your own maneuverability, but you can also block your opponents. It's a devilish game that makes you feel either very, very clever or very, very stupid. Number 3. Unmatched. Think of the most outlandish fights possible. Perhaps you'd like to see Ghost Rider fight King Arthur, or Dracula take on Medusa, or Sherlock Holmes battle Moon Knight. Think about it. It's insane. But wait, there's more! This isn't just a game that takes famous IPs, smashes them together and holds their grubby little mitts out waiting for customers' money. This is a game that lovingly researches the characters they use and makes thrilling mechanics that complement the characters perfectly. I can't make it any clearer how when you play as these characters, you always feel like these characters. Yes, there are some characters that are more powerful than others. Yes, King Arthur is rubbish, like genuinely really rubbish, like you should not bother playing more than one game as King Arthur because he's really, really rubbish. But I'm not kidding, that this game is so addictive that I know I can't afford every box. I know I don't need every box, but I'm going to buy every box, and nothing in the whole world would ever stop me. Number 3, Cosmic Encounter. Now on to battling on a bigger scale. A cosmic scale. Cosmic Encounter is to Risk what Chelsea Football Club is to Tottenham Hotspur. Loads better. Each player has 5 planets to protect whilst also simultaneously trying to conquer the galaxy. What's great though is that you constantly start and end alliances that will be a constant push and pull on the whole group. On top of this, player elimination is very, very rare as who you attack is randomly decided, making this game swingy as fuck. But that's not even the best thing. These alien cards are. There are hundreds of these if you add in the expansions, and each alien is better than the last. Like Unmatched, there are definitely balancing problems with these aliens, but the great thing about these aliens is that they all have their own unique abilities, and many of these powers are game-breaking. How do you defeat the zombie whose ships can never die? How do you defeat the sorcerer who can swap your attack cards if they choose? How do you defeat the parasite when you can't stop them from joining every single invasion? Well, marry them, of course, which is exactly what I did when I was playing The Bride. It's got everything I love in a game, and I will never say no to a game of Cosmic. Number 1, Blood on the Clocktower. Of course it is. Of course it bloody is. Now, this isn't my favourite game just because I have a remarkably good record with this game that I've managed to bumble myself into. Nor have I chosen this game because our viewers bloody love it. You do love it though, I've seen the views, and if you haven't watched our in-person Blood on the Clocktower video, I suggest you do because it's completely mental. No. I chose this Blood on the Clocktower because it is the ultimate social deduction game. What's so good about this game is how everyone, even the least important characters, can have a huge impact on the game. For example, if you're the chef, then you receive one piece of information for the whole game on the first night. How many pairs of evil players are sitting next to each other? Which seems useless, but sometimes a whole game will constantly come back to the simple truth that has been said. When in actuality, you could be drunk or poisoned, meaning that your information may be false. Or maybe you're just a little lying liar. It may make no difference in the end, or it will turn the game on its head. This game, simply put, is beautifully crafted. I have never played a game of Blood on the Clocktower that wasn't genuinely thrilling. Complex, frustrating, joyous, and tense, Blood on the Clocktower will always promise fun. And that's my list. Let me know how much you agree or disagree with me in the comments, and tell me your favourite games in list form as well. Always remember to like and subscribe to No Rules Barred, as if this video does well, then they'll bring me back for more lists for your viewing pleasure.